boys and girls. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to sketch, and we are going to use a very familiar face you probably all know, and that's Mickey Mouse. First, we need to talk about placement and proportion. Placement is where you put your objects. Proportion just means how big things are relative to the other things in your picture. So if I were setting up this picture like I am now, I'm going to draw lightly. And I always tell you, pull back at the end of your pencil so that you're not pushing super hard like that. If you're back, you can't push as hard. So I'm going to divide my paper. See, that's nice and light. Half and half, so I have quarters. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, next I need to sketch out a good circle. Okay, you might have to do this a couple times. Okay, right now it looks like a little bit of a target. Now his ears are in this quadrant and that quadrant. This Mickey Mouse face is very symmetrical, and I'll show you. See how it's same on both sides? You could divide it down the middle, same on both sides. So I need an ear and an ear, same size. I'm way at the back of my pencil. Try the other side. That looks pretty good, roughly the same size. Okay, now on this face, his nose is below center. So if this is my center, I need to put his oval nose below it. Okay, now here is the arch of his nose. Now I need two eyes, and if you look at the eyes, they don't go all the way to the top. Okay, they're nice oval shape, but they don't go to the top. You need one on each quadrant. Okay, and you can make your little eyeballs in there. All right. Now, do you see this piece right here? I call this the widow's peak. That's what we always called those, the points. It almost looks like an M right in there. And it's inside that circle. So I'm going to, as I'm looking at this, I'm going to put a dot here, dot on the opposite side, and a dot where my widow's peak is going to be. I'm going to, now, did you see I moved all the way down here on my pencil? I'm still going to try to make it light, but I need to do a little bit more fine detail. So 1, 2, that's a pretty good little sketch. Okay, going back to the picture, do you see this shape? It's kind of like an oval. So from here, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna back up on my pencil. His nose is a good reference point. So I want this outside of the circle, outside of that initial circle, and I stopped right here and here. Okay, it's like a good stopping point. Now here's his little chin. Now we need his mouth. Okay, I'm gonna make a mark here, a mark here. It goes all the way down here, but we're gonna work on the top part of his mouth. I backed up on my pencil a little bit so I'm not pushing as hard. There's the top. Oh no, I think I need to bring that down just a little bit more. Now the bottom. Yeah, I think that needs to be a little bit more arched. Sometimes you don't get it right on the first try, and that's okay. I'm gonna put his tongue in there. Okay, this Looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to try this with a Sharpie if I can find one that works. That's not too bad. Okay. Okay, this looks pretty good, almost spot on, not quite perfect, but after this dries, let it dry. Okay, after this dries, I want you to try to go back and highlight some of your reference points, just so I know when I'm grading this, that I can see that you have this down center. Pretty good. I want his nose down here for his chin. See that good guideline? Okay, let's see, his eye height is about the same. His cheeks stick out a little bit further. Yep. I think that's all the guidelines I want you to write. But go ahead, do this. Don't erase anything. And try to highlight your good guidelines, your placement and proportion, and that is how you sketch Mickey Mouse.